he is. There's my guy.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Hi.
about Ezra.
Except for when Bob disappears because he doesn't have the light directly in front of him.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
fix that. It's been a couple years,
Hi, Coach Bob.
Craig.
Mhm.
Hey, happy Saturday. I'm ready to go.
Happy Saturday. I'm excited, man.
I am
Woo!
too.
Sweet. Ah, and there's Dustin.
Hi, Star.
All right, time to start getting everything ready so that we can have our Ask Us Anything. So hang on, everyone, while we go through the motions here.
Appreciate you, Craig. Everybody give Craig a thumbs up. Woohoo!
And there you go, Robert. And there we are. So hang on. And all looks good. Welcome, 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 everybody. It is Saturday, August 1st. New month, new beginning, new mindset, new focus, new start, new intentions, new results. Noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, or whatever time it happens to be where you are because you are watching us right now. It is time for Ask Us Anything. And yes, Dustin, happy new month of August. This is where we all get together and we ask anyone in the community a question that is on our mind, of course, related to unlimited wisdom, but not necessarily. We could maybe even help you get through something else you may have in mind that you think we can help you with. So that's the whole point of behind Ask Us Anything. To participate in Ask Us Anything, very simple to do. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen if you have something to share or you have a question. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see my face. On the bottom, there's a button that says raise hand. Click on that button, and then we will call on you in the order in which we receive you. Or you can also type your question or comment into the Zoom meeting chat, and we'll do the same thing in the order in which we receive the request. Either way, we will help you get through whatever question is you have. And that's the whole point of Ask Us Anything. And before we get started, before we hear from our mentors in chief, I love every now and then submitting something that to think about as we get started. Um, let's see. Here's the thought of the day, or what Robert shared with us. If you have not read it yet, create the highest, grandest, greatest vision. Vision inspires success in others now. Possible for your life, knowing that you become what you believe.
Nice, Craig.
Well, nice, Robert, because that was what you shared with us, and I think everybody needed to hear it and to share. There it is, exactly. So not only did you hear it, but you saw it. So, without further ado, let's get our Ask Us Anything started with a few words from our mentors in chief, our GPSs to successes, and dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Terry and Robert Hollis.
Well, thank you again, Craig, the hostess with the mostest. I appreciate you. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Star, Shelley, Melody, Faith, Lisa Marie, Freddie, Sandy, Dave, Michael and Angela, Deborah Bronner, Deborah Grady. Deborah Grady looks younger after her birthday. Yeah. Dustin, thank you very much. Ben Powell, a dear old friend. Great to have him on here. Matthew, and then also Coach Bob, my lovely wife, Terry. I just got a brief thing to share with each and every one of you. Um, Today we launch this official launch of Unlimited Wisdom with our new platform. Matt, the Warlock Wizard, has just been building it like crazy. So he's going to show you some of the features and the stuff in the back office that we're adding. And if I could tell you what Unlimited Wisdom is in a very short statement of importance, this is what it is I became a different person as soon as I hung around different people. If there's anything that I would tell, I keep thinking of myself. If someone came to me today, everything about their life is not what they like. Everything about their life is not what they like. The very first thing that I would tell that individual to do is join Unlimited Wisdom stay plugged in and connect with the people inside Unlimited Wisdom. So for a lot of people that don't know this, we're talking about this platform. And after all the years that I've been on this planet, now 64, I don't know of someone of my documentation that actually does a live every single day. Can you guys imagine that? So I do a live every single day. And a lot of those lives, people are actually in a position where they can ask me any questions they want, but you really become who you hang around. And I had a very bizarre childhood. You know what I mean? So to think that I hung around some pretty awful people, and because of how awful they were, the government took me away, or the state took me away and put me into foster homes. And now I'm in front of another group of people. So one of those families were very successful rodeo stock people. So they raised stock, horses and bulls, and took them to rodeos. They made a lot of money doing that, and I worked for them. So one day I remember looking at the guy I worked for, Chum Ledoux, and I said, native Indian, and I said to him, I said, hey, if I wanted to make extra money, how could I do that? And he goes, well, I'll pay for your entry fee. You can ride bulls or horses, and if you win, you get to keep the prize money. So when people see me or see pictures of me on a bull or a bareback, their first thought is, how did that happen? Really easy. If you're working for a person that provides riding stock for professional rodeos, what are the chances? Pretty high. And so, hung around people that built race cars. I was building race cars. I became a mechanic. I get out, I'm working with other mechanics and other people that built race cars. Then I get injured, and then I meet a bunch of people that are entrepreneurs. Wow. How do you go from a auto mechanic to an entrepreneur? Hang around other entrepreneurs. So I just thought I'd share with each and every one of you that this has always been a dream of mine for many, many, many years, to start a community of unlimited wisdom where I can constantly, and other people can share their wisdom. We all can work together and just encourage your people and help people out. If any of you have been involved in any kind of business opportunity in your life, do you know what the number one thing you need to do to be successful? Stay plugged in. Just stay plugged in. Now, I would change one aspect to that. It would be cool to stay plugged in to a documented person that actually would show you that they're successful. There's a lot of posers out there, a lot of fake people. It's like Terry was laughing the other day, and she was just saying, I can't believe that people say that they can teach you how to build a network marketing group. And when you ask them, when did they? And they say, oh, back in the 80s. You know what I mean? I built a group one time back in the 80s. And it's like, I think some things have changed.
On your way, on your way.
So one of the things that I love most about Unlimited Wisdom is the family that you see here. Thank you, Daniel, for jumping on. Hi, Faith. Nice to see you. I just loved her graphic, man. I told her, sure, her graphic was just so awesome. But that's what I want to share with you guys with Unlimited Wisdom. I want to turn you over again to my son and genius. I say this with my open heart. A lot of you know that I've done a lot in this industry and online marketing, including, I think we're over 150 million views on YouTube, 200,000 subscribers. We get a check every single month from YouTube. So there's a lot of stuff that I've been able to do, but a lot of people don't know that behind the scenes, I can be a good driver. But Matthew is an expert at putting together race cars, making sure the chassis and the motors work. So I go out there and win races and get trophies. And this is actually the guy that made that happen. So he's going to show you what he's done with Unlimited Wisdom and some of the features. So Matt, take it away. I love and appreciate
Hey,
that.
love and appreciate you too, Dad. And you had a lot to do with that stuff too. Let's not downplay your own skills and abilities here. And I learned a lot from him too, by the way. So like every time I get on certain meetings and stuff, it's like, wow, you're a lot like your dad. And I'm like, well, I'm his son. So like, what do you expect?
Well, thank you, my son.
But in general, like, I'm super excited about this platform, right? Like, we've really made a lot of changes, and some of you guys have been part of the, I wouldn't consider it like the inner circle because we have a name for it, but you've been inside of the Unlimited Wisdom platform now for, I think, a few weeks now, and we've really iterated on it and made it better, and we felt like now is the time to actually start launching it and growing it and building it. No better time than a brand new month. It feels fresh, it feels exciting. And so what I'm going to do for you guys is show you Unlimited Wisdom. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it before we go into the back office version of it, right? So this is Unlimited Wisdom. You can find it at unlimitedwisdom.com. I'm sure Craig is going to post the link in chat for that, or he probably already did. But this is our community, right? And we initially were on school, but there was a large amount of things as AI has grown that I just felt like I wanted to build the entire platform out somewhere else. So we really had a lot of different possibilities of how we could grow it, right? And also, like, I'm a stylistic person. Like, it's very hard for me to log into a platform that's all white and text, right? It hurts me inside. So as much as some people like the basic pages, I like animation. I like it to look nice. So
Matt, don't you call that taste?
yeah, that's the one thing that AI can't do, right? Like, you having the taste to go, I think there should be this there. I think there should be that there. Really helps because, like, I truthfully feel like this feels very welcoming, and it's only going to get better from there. So what is Unlimited Wisdom? Wisdom should not feel like a passing moment. It should become a way of life. So we built an entire community around the messages that my father shares on a day-to-day basis. What these are called are daily wisdoms, and there's multiple other calls that we do, and I'll show you the schedule and the things for that as we start getting into the back office part of this. But the goal is to go through almost like this daily check-in to a certain extent. So you show up and you watch and you receive wisdom, right? You reflect, and this is built into the system. You reflect on how it impacted you or what you got from it, right? And then you work on applying it to your life, and then you give forward by encouraging other people in the community to do the same. So there's this loop that starts to happen where here is the excitement of something new. Here is the ability to grow. Here's the ability to show off what you've accomplished and what you've done. And then here's the ability to share it with other people and help them grow as well. And so the whole community is built around that, right? So every single day there's a new daily wisdom, and you can watch these inside of the back office. Craig's awesome enough to be scheduling those out and keeping those going. But like I said, my dad does these pretty consistently. I think when we built out this community, I had to add like 400 videos into the back office of it. That's a lot of videos, and I made a majority of them searchable. Like, we're still working on that, where you can just search for something and find something. But we also have a lot of brand new stuff coming out, and I feel like the brand new stuff is even better than some of the older stuff, right? So hopping in now, I think, is incredibly important, and it's free to join, but it's incredibly important because you can start that process now for free, right? So you log into the back office, you can see the wisdom, sit with it, carry it with one action moving forward. This is all based around my father, Robert Hollis, and his training. There's some information about him on this page here. On About, you can go to teachings, and you're going to see even more free stuff here for anybody. But I recommend what you do more than anything is just click community, or on the homepage here, click Unlimited Wisdom memberships are now open. When you click that, you're going to see 4 different options here. There's free. So as a free member, and I got this graphic here, you get daily wisdom plus community. So you're part of the community, you're part of the interactions and everything like that. You can join what we call circles, which are basically, think of like a Facebook group or a school group, but inside of Unlimited Wisdom. So you can actually make your own circle or community inside of Unlimited Wisdom to help you guys grow around something specific. So like Coach Bob on here has one around AI, and he helps people with AI and stuff inside of the community. And that's just the beginning. Like we have people like Lisa Marie that share stuff about animals and animal sanctuaries and pets and stuff like that. And that I feel like as time goes on, these communities are going to really, really grow. These circles are really, really going to grow, but they're all part of that same reflection process, right? And growing and building together. So you get the ability to join the community and join any circles. Then you get all the regular replays. So these are all the daily wisdoms, things like Master's Minds, which are on Sundays, based around faith, because the community is based around that. So we have those, and all of that you get for free. So you log in and you immediately have the ability to be part of the family, a part of the community, engage with people, watch the videos. And then the next step past that is live access. So live access is $9.97 a month or $97 a year. And you join Robert live for teachings, questions, prayer, and real-time encouragement. So it's everything in free, but you're also going to get access to the daily wisdoms live, right? So it says wisdom hours here, but that's really daily wisdom. And that gives you the ability to hop on and be live with us. And then also these Q&As we're going to start to add, and that's another element of the live feature. And then one thing that we're going to add in here too is membership pages, right? That's not in here yet. But Bob, believe it or not, I've already built out the entire membership page stuff. It's already done and ready to go. Just click on yourself in the back office. It's already there. So you can join for live access, and that gives you the ability to hop on all of these calls with the entire community, hang out. We have these recesses every single Monday at 9 a.m., and I want to extend those to more days because we all have so much fun being on them as a community. And these are calls that you can just get on Zoom and just hang out and talk about life, sometimes we'll talk about like what just happened, like when the World Cup was going on or the Oscars or whatever it may be, right? Some of us really like movies like me. So I'm like, every time I get in there, I'm like the Odyssey. But anyway.
Our favorite vacation. Yeah.
Yeah. Or, like life, right? Like, we've talked about a decent amount of even fun taboo topics in there that I feel like you wouldn't experience in a normal faith-based community or a normal community like this. We're very laid back, and very welcoming and accepting of everybody. As long as you're showing up and wanting to make a positive impact or wanting to have a positive impact on people and on yourself, that's all we ask, right? This isn't a place, and this goes to the circles and stuff too. This isn't a place to be angry or upset. The goal is to build Unlimited Wisdom as a social media network where you can escape the algorithm that's making you angry, upset, frustrated at the way the world is, because there's this age-old saying, go outside and touch grass if you get upset. If you go outside and you start walking around, start interacting with people, you start to realize that the internet is a toxic bubble, especially social media. And it makes it very easy for you to get in this cycle of negativity. And so the goal of Unlimited Wisdom is to, in a lot of ways, make an attempt to replace that cycle of negativity with a cycle of positivity. Does that make sense?
Awesome, man.
So, yeah. So past that, there's deeper and more experienced stuff, right? So you can go deeper inside of the inner circle, and this is $49 a month or $490 a year. And that is more of a small group setting. So you'll get everything in live access, private inner circle stuff, and priority sessions. There's a few other perks and stuff that we continue to add. I feel like Unlimited Wisdom and especially the inner circle will really never not have brand new stuff coming out. Like we have merch drops that we're going to be doing specifically for the inner circle members first. And it's basically like priority access to Unlimited Wisdom, Robert Hollis, and what we're teaching here and what we're providing here. So it's also a couple extra calls a week, right, that are live that you can get on that are only for inner circle members, including the inner circle call on Thursdays at, what is that at, 12 p.m. Pacific time?
Yeah.
Right.
Correct. Okay. So yeah, and those calls too really help you dive in a more intimate setting. Think of it like, if you've ever been part of a community and you're in that community, like say it's a church, say it's whatever, and you go in and there's 100 people, 200, 300 people there. But then there's these meetings that happen. And the meetings are more niched and about specific things and about helping people through their problems, right? Now, this doesn't, all 1,000 people don't show up to this. This could be 20, 30, 50 people, right?
Right.
And so that's kind of the goal of Inner Circle, is to build it out as kind of a helpful community for people that really feel like they want to take that next step, and also get more access to Robert Hollis and more access to Unlimited Wisdom and what we're doing here. And all of this supports us too, by the way, in our mission. Our mission is not only to grow Unlimited Wisdom as a community and as a family, but also to give back, to donate a large amount of the money to charities, animal shelters, foster care places. There's so many different people out there to help, and we want to seek these things out. And eventually, as the community starts growing, because we're just launching it, we already have a page in place to show where all of this money is going. All of the subscriptions are going, because we also take donations. So all of those donations, where they go, what charities, and the goal very soon, probably before the end of this year, is to have some form of ability for us to get on a plane, go somewheres, and donate the money ourselves, right? Like to watch my mom go to an animal sanctuary, actually be able to give them a big check from Unlimited Wisdom in the community, and just really show the impact that we're making here, right? Because our goal is to impact the world in a positive way, right? And I see a lot of things that are happening right now going in the opposite direction. We want to be like a light in that, right? In the darkness. And that's really what Unlimited Wisdom is about. So that's Inner Circle. And then we have one more thing, and this should, watch this. If I refresh, it already updated. Boom. Because I had my AIs fix it. So we're doing one thing for the launch of this program called the Wisdom Council. Now, the Wisdom Council is $497 one time, no recurring membership fee ever. So you're an Inner Circle member forever. So that's the price of the yearly. It's like $7 more than the price of the yearly. And you get to stay in the community forever. You never have to pay the monthly ever again, right? So we did this as the ability to support the starting of the community, to get some funds in so we could really, the amount of compute and time and energy that I put into building this platform, that Craig's put into it, that my dad's put into it, that all of us have. We really feel like the Wisdom Council will be something that we may do on and off on occasion, allow more people into. But the reality is we already knew some of the people that would hop into this right away. And we're very grateful to have you guys, because we basically started with 10 seats, and that was before we even did this launch call, and we're already at 6, right? So we've already had 4 people take us up on that. So you get permanent Inner Circle access, no recurring membership fee, and then you get a Wisdom badge. So with that all said, because I don't want to take too much of your guys' Saturday, let's get into the actual back office and the dashboard of Unlimited Wisdom. So this is Unlimited Wisdom. The moment you log in, you'll be able to scroll down and see the entire community communicating, right? And you can like people's stuff. You can scroll over. I actually added these now, so you can scroll over and see what these are. So it says Wisdom Council, Inner Circle members, different kinds of stuff. So that's what that looks like. Thanks, Coach Bob, for being part of the Wisdom Circle. I got these gifts working, by the way. So yeah, it works a lot like a lot of the social media networks you guys have been on, right? You can comment, you can share, you can do all different kinds of things. I added sharing, Bob. There you go. That's there. And you can add gifts, you can add all different kinds of stuff and communicate with the community. You can even @sign people now. It's kind of crazy how far we've grown over the last week and a half. It's like, well, I missed this feature from school, or this feature from Facebook groups, or this feature. We just have all of them, really, and then some. So as part of the community, you earn what we call wisdom points. And this is just by engaging with the community. There's achievements, there's all different kinds of stuff. You can click on this to see, what exactly you get points for. You can see the achievements you've unlocked and the levels that you've hit. And these are tracked through the entire community. So if I click here on the side and click view full leaderboard, you're going to see all these incredible people that are already part of the community. Melody's just rocking it, right? You got Coach Bob. And all these people have streaks, right? So Melody's logged in for 14 days straight, and I can click on her and go to her profile, see what community or circles she's part of. This might look familiar, Bob. Yeah, right? And so you can put all different kinds of stuff here. You can message each other on our platform. Like everything that you think you could do on another platform, you can do on Unlimited Wisdom. And this is just the power of being able to leverage AI agents to build out an ecosystem like this that rivals school, I think, in the span of a month. You know what I mean?
Way better.
And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. So you can always check your levels. You can check your streaks here. You can do all different kinds of stuff. But I mean, you could join this. All of this is available for free. Everything you see right now, you can do for free. You can come in here. You start commenting with people, all different kinds of stuff like that. So super cool. And then right here, we're on this right now. But any of the lives, you can click on that and you can click join the Zoom, or add it to your calendar. You can just add it straight to any calendar you have. When this is over, there will be a replay link here, and you just click on it, opens a pop-up right there with the video. Once you've watched it, it calculates that you watched it. You get points for watching the videos, right? So super cool. You can also
Very
click
cool.
on your notifications, how this works. It goes through every single thing there. You got all these different other pages and stuff here. But what we're going to go on to next is circles. So as a free member, you can join any circle. And like I was talking about, think of these as like Facebook groups. Think of these like school groups, those different kinds of things. They're niche down versions of groups inside of the community. So you can create your own circle. And to create your own circle, you have to be a paying member, but you do not have to be a paying member to join any circle, right? So you can search through them all, or you can sort them by most members, newest, recommended. You can discover new ones, or you can look at your own. And we're going to just continue to add more categories here. It's funny, a lot of them fall under purpose. I'm going to add more in here, by the way, so you guys can kind of get those into a space that makes it a little more easy and understanding. So we have some communities that our members have already made. Like I was saying, Lisa Marie has this community. Martin Green has this one. Dustin Grant has Vibe of the Day. Deborah Grady has Serving Humanity Together. And Robob AI and Marketing Tips is from Coach Bob too. So that's super awesome. And then I saw Coach Bob made a community just around the Beatles. So I got to join that, of course. So you just click join. Now I'm part of the community. And from there, I can open it up and communicate and talk with anybody. But the cool thing is, and the way that the communities work is very much like this homepage, except niche down. But the cool thing that I've added over the last day is every single post from your communities and from everyone show up in your main feed. So who misses this on Facebook? Do you remember when your news feed used to be just the things you followed and the people you followed? Not like 80% political stuff you didn't decide to look at, maybe some videos or something that disturb you for no reason. Advertising, which we're never taking sponsored advertising on Unlimited Wisdom. So you don't have to worry about that. We're a community developed by people for people. So one of the cool things about being part of a circle now, and some of you guys that are already part of the community didn't know this, but once you join, you could just go to the community and any new post from that circle will show up here. So I'm part of Martin's community. I'm part of Dustin's. So the Vibe of the Day is right here. And I could comment and go in and talk right here. And that all goes over into Dustin's community. But if you're not part of his community, you won't see this in your main feed. You only see it if you're part of one of those groups. So super cool. We're going to continue to expand what circles are capable of doing. I would love for you to be able to have your own classrooms with your own training, your own stuff, because I believe, one of the elements that I initially came up with for Unlimited Wisdom is, imagine if you had a church or an AA or something like that, or say it's like men battling with depression. There's going to be a group leader for that wants to set up scheduled Zooms, that wants to set up classrooms to help you through it, that wants to maintain that community. And we're going to give all of those options to you over here in this community to grow. So instead of having like a platform like school, or even more insane, trying to make that group on Facebook where it's like a million things are going on, we want this community to consistently be about growth, and love and purpose. So after circles, you've got today. Today is like the most easy thing to understand ever. This is going to be the latest daily wisdom video that came out. If you're subscribed to Inner Circle, you're going to see the latest Inner Circle training here. And then the next live event, which is happening right now, you're on it, or you're watching it, maybe you're watching the replay. And if you are, you'd be clicking right here, right? But this just gives you one spot to find everything today that you can consume that you haven't yet, right? So super easy. And then the next thing is learn. Learn is going to be all of the stuff together. And I'm going to make this a little bit more clear, but it's going to have the last thing that you are watching here as your continued learning. Down here, you're going to see the recent teachings. So this is going to be all of the latest stuff that's come out. And then under that, I'm going to make graphics for these individually. You're going to see all of the training that we've added from the last few years on top of all the replays. So, you know, this is an Ask Us Anything. How many are there in here? There's 180 Ask Us Anythings in here, right? So I can just keep scrolling through. May, April, March. I can click on any of them. It opens them up. You can see what happened. You can write a comment about it. Every single live that we've done is on here. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So thank you. And then you can search titles and topics for every one of them individually.
Nice.
So you can try your best to find, and AI utilizes transcription to look through and go, did Robert talk about this ever on these 5 trainings he did, right? Super cool, something that could have never existed without artificial intelligence.
Right.
And one of the fun things about this platform that I feel like other platforms still don't even have, right? So you can go through more and more stuff here. There's going to be soon live rooms, right? Our goal is to kind of somewhat get away from Zoom and build our kind of own live platform. Get rid of like 80% of the bloat that Zoom has and just have a platform that's just helpful and easy to utilize for the Unlimited Wisdom family, right? And so that is still a work in progress. I believe that we'll have it out before the end of August. That we'll already be starting to do live streams, do live rooms and stuff. And another thing that I think will happen before the end of August is the app.
Yay!
So that I know is going to get a lot of people excited, because imagine joining the live room and you just get a notification on your phone. Unlimited Wisdom's going live. You click yes, join the live room. You're already part of it, of everything. All of your encouragement points, everything like that are happening in the live chats. Or if you hop on the meeting like you are on here and you want to talk and be part of it with your camera, that's also an option, right? And it's pretty cool, because like there's some features that Zoom just does not have that I now can build into this.
Nice.
Like fun stuff that Twitch has, fun stuff that YouTube has, these live streaming elements that make live streaming more fun. Zoom does not have them, right? And so now we get to utilize them, like pulling up a question right on the thing from someone, having it on the screen, being able to record individual stuff. So like, you know, one of the issues with Zoom is Craig actually has to control the camera for the recordings for Zoom. That will no longer be necessary. Everything will come out individually. So you'll have one group, one individual Robert, and you'll be able to edit those all together and put them together the way that you want. I'm building out a workflow actually that does it automatically. But that's learn. And so this is really like, if you join the community right now, there's a lot of stuff in here for you to go through outside of just the community. Then we have calendar. The calendar is where you're going to find all of the live events that are scheduled out. And soon you'll see, I'm going to get with Craig after this and we'll schedule out the whole entire rest of the month of August in here. But you can click on any of these and just join the Zoom if it's live, or add it to your calendar. Master's Mind, you can save your place. When you click Save My Place, that sends you a notification or reminder. Like I said, when we're doing the live streams and doing them through the app, the phone app, that will automatically send you a notification when that happens.
Wow.
And the add to calendar will be super fun to just be like, add to your Google Calendar or add to your Apple Calendar. So then you got that reminder so you don't miss it, right? On top of the notification.
Yep.
So you can go, you know, as far out as you want with this, but you can also...
Can you go back a month and people can see everything that you had? There we go.
Yeah, so this is the amount of content that we're doing. It's every day, basically, especially if you're in the inner circle. It's every day. So super cool. Every single page too, by the way, guys, has this little question button. If you click on it, it tells you a little bit about that, whatever that is. And those are everywhere, right? But you can also click on agenda over here. Some people don't know this. You can click on agenda and you don't even have to look at the calendar. You can just scroll down.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So you don't have to click.
That's
and
cool.
all of them are colorized differently, so you know exactly what they're about. Breakthrough's gotta be taken away now because it no longer exists. But and Wisdom Hour. So we've done a lot of changes and we're still working on that stuff. But man, the amount of progress that this has made in just the span of a few weeks has
Yeah.
been incredible. I mean,
Thank you,
it
Matt.
didn't even
Thank you, Matt.
exist. Yeah, it didn't even exist, right? So I'll touch on one last thing here, and that's the thoughts or prayers. I've completely redesigned this page. I don't know if you guys have checked it out, but I've given it a little more flair, a little more energy, and made it a lot nicer. So what this allows you to do is share a thought or a prayer. You can say, I have a reflection, update, or something you're carrying, or a prayer request, or you can make it just for the Unlimited Wisdom support team. So maybe you just want Robert and us to see it, but you don't want the community to see it.
Nice.
And we added that, but we're also going to add this for specific circles. So you'll be able to say private support, only my circle. So you don't have to have the whole community see it.
Right.
Only your circle sees what you're requesting support for or prayers for.
Nice.
So if I click prayer request, I can write anything here up to 2,000 characters. Obviously, if you're in immediate danger, you should contact support, like contact 911. But, I could say anything here I want. And we'll just say, need of some sleep. There we go. That works. Right? And so I can say community without my name, community with my name, or support team only. I'm going to say community with my name. Your privacy is your choice. So you don't have to, you can do it basically without your name. You can put prayers out anonymously and ask for help. People do not need, even the admins can't see this, by the way.
Oh.
Unless if you click support team only. But if you click community without, people cannot see you. So that gives us the ability to support you through something that's maybe hard that you don't want to have your face on.
Sure.
Right? Like you're
Right.
going through some struggle. Like some people, like I said, I've had family members that have dealt with alcohol abuse, right? That up until you're like out and have worked on it is hard to admit to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a place where you could be like, I'm seeking help. It's been 5 days. I haven't touched a drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the weekend and I'm really thinking about it again. I just really need support.
That's
and then
awesome,
boom. So you can click continue, review and share. I need some sleep, sharing now. And you're going to see it appear there any second. But you can click on any of these and click, I prayed for this. So if I click that, not only do you get points for that, but you also will see that it's how many people have prayed for different things or supported different things. And this is going to grow like crazy, I believe. I've never seen anything like this. And this is something you can do as a free member too. There's already 55 prayers carried. I think when the year end is over and we have thousands, tens of thousands of members in here,
Yeah.
I think that this number is going to blow people's minds. Like when they log in and they see over 1 million prayers or thoughts, if you don't believe in prayer, all of that stuff, I just really think that it's going to be something no one's ever seen before, right? You can do it with your name anonymously or privately. And this wall, I think, will grow and grow and grow and bring people a lot of care and comfort and joy in the community. And it was just something like I just came off with a one-off, and I feel like I've never seen anything like it. And then there's your own stuff. You can break down all of the notifications you're getting, reset your password. You can click what matters to you right now. You can add all of your bio here, and this will all show up in your community page, like your website, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, all of it, really, right?
There we go.
So if I go back here to the dashboard and I click on, say, Craig Jackman, you're going to see Craig Jackman already got his website, his Facebook, everything in
What?
there. Super smooth. Very nice shot, Craig. You can see how many wisdom points Craig has, the last achievements he's earned or which ones. If you want to look him up on the website, he's got his website there. You can go straight to the groups that he's in. But it's super, super fun and super cool. And we're just going to continue to expand that.
That's great, Matt.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll go back to the community page here, and that's Unlimited Wisdom as far as right now goes.
Love it.
We would love to have you guys be part of the community. It's free to join, and get in where you fit in, really. But I think that just joining as a free member, it's such an easy in. Like get in here and hang out with us, right?
Move around a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Start collecting points,
Yeah.
And one of the fun things is as things have grown, I tend to think of myself as a creative person. And some of the stuff that I'm coming up with, even as far as ideas go, it's crazy what we're going to do with the platform. Like I can create full games that are interactive, questionnaires that are all different kinds of stuff inside the community to help support and grow it. Like I want to make a game based off of personal development and growth that has a leaderboard, right? That people actually are competing against each other in I'm actually doing the stuff that's helping me become better, right?
Excellent.
And holding each other accountable. So thanks, guys. That was the whole thing. But if you guys have any questions, this is Ask Us Anything. So if you have any questions about it, I already see a few hands raised. But Dad, Craig, Mom, if you guys want to share anything before we get into questions, feel free.
Well, the first thing that I wanted to do is just recognize, we just got a brand new person that came in on the Wisdom Council, which is Deborah Grady. So I wanted to
thank you so much, Deborah.
That is so sweet. And then this morning I wake up and my awesome friend Lisa Marie became a Wisdom Council person. So, and then we also have Sandy. Sandy is on the Wisdom Council, and then Faith also is on the Wisdom Council. So, yeah.
Don't forget Coach Bob.
I'm not forgetting you, Coach Bob. I'm not forgetting you, my dude.
He was the first Wisdom Council. We hadn't even announced that the Wisdom Council existed, and Coach Bob was already in it.
I just thought if we waited, Terry would say something. So,
oh, that's
Coach
funny.
Bob. And then if you guys notice the badges that are on, of course, Craig and Melody
I'll share real
legacy.
quick.
Go ahead.
So you can continue to talk about them, but I'll show them what they mean.
Yeah. So, Craig is in Melody has just been with us as far as a family forever. So they're considered legacy. And we had Deborah Bronner asked yesterday, is like, what does it take to be a legacy member? And I said, just simply ask yourself, are you doing the things that Melody and Craig are doing? And she said, not yet. But Deborah Bronner and anybody who wants to be a legacy person, just when you think that you're doing what they're doing, and you feel comfortable, reach out to me and we can evaluate that. But like when we click on the leaderboard, one of the things I noticed, Matt, is on the leaderboard, their badges should be on there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
that'll exist soon.
But I just loved one part that Matt said is he goes, I like being creative. After what you guys just seen here, he created all this from scratch.
Yeah.
Do you
Right.
think that he's creative? So you got anything to say about your incredible son?
I can't.
Oh, come on.
Also.
So you'll see a lot of videos for those of you that feel like we're not given enough information. A lot of the videos come from our YouTube channel that's got 3,300 videos on it. I'll say that again, 3,300 videos, over 2.5 million views. So it's like we're here to help you. We're here to serve, and we add content every day. So I don't have anything else to say. Oh, we do got one thing, man.
Yeah.
Right now, for people that are Wisdom Council members, we're going to open up to for those of you that decide to do that, is you guys will also get a Zoom, and you got 3 choices. You can do a private Zoom. You can do a private Zoom with me. You can do a private Zoom with Matt, or you can do a private Zoom with both of us. So if any one of you have ever done private Zooms with us, the inner circle is about you can ask any question. We'll help you through any breakthrough. And, I've only helped 68 people, Melody being one of them, my son being one of them, my wife being one of them, that have earned over $1 million, me showing them exactly what to do. And so it's fun to have 2 family members, sooner or later I'll get Kyle. Well, I guess 3, Junior, but it's really, really, really fun. And I'm looking forward to just sharing all this information with each and every one of you. I will share one extra thing, and then we'll do questions, is I have a guy that reaches out to me quite often. And it's funny. He was like, hey, is there any way that I could get a moment of your time? And he said, because I want to go through a strategy of what I need to do next. And I said, The problem is you don't listen and you don't execute. So I'm trying to figure out why you want to waste my time. I know that you don't mind wasting your time. It's pretty obvious. And he goes, that's pretty harsh. And I said, you don't even watch my social media posts enough to be a member of Unlimited Wisdom. And he's like, good point. I said, why don't you get into Unlimited Wisdom and then start sharing and contributing to other people and serve other people. And I'll watch you, and then I'll make up my mind if we need to go to the next level. Because it's like, if you guys know people that say, hey, I need your help, but what I want is I want your time, but they don't have any time to come in and actually be a contributor to other people, so they're just one-sided. They're just a taker. They're not a giver, and they got to learn to be a giver. So with that, I'll let Terry enjoy Ez for a second, and then Craig, and then Craig can start asking questions.
Okay, so it looks like Terry's done. So with that little,
Never done.
Never
well,
done.
I mean, for now, I know you're never, ever, ever done.
There you are.
There we go. Yes. So, all right. Fantastic way to start today's Ask Us Anything. And we're just so glad to have you with us. Once again, as a reminder, we've got 3 hands up and 2 other questions, which we're going to go ahead and go through. But
Okay.
we'll take maybe 1 or 2 more requests. Very simple to do is put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see these lovely faces. On the bottom, there's a bunch of buttons, one of which is raise hand. Click on that button and we'll call on you in the order in which we receive you, or post something really quick in the chat and we'll go ahead and comment and share that. So that being said, as I mentioned, we have 2 messages in the...
Mommy?
Oh, okay. We have 2 messages in the chat that we'll get to eventually. First, Bob, wait. Okay? Wait.
Ladies first.
Well, actually, no, Bob. I was going to lead up to Bob because he was the first one to put in. So I was going to do my usual lead up saying, coming up, we're going to have a couple of questions from Sandy Baker and Melody Ryba. We've got Deborah Grady and Deborah Bronner with their hands up. But first, now here we go, Coach Bob. We're going to invite Coach Bob to come in. There's your unmute, Coach Bob. Go ahead, open up, and
Thank you
please
so much,
share
Craig.
with us.
Oh, what an awesome day. Yeah, and if you haven't signed up for that one time, just to meet these guys or talk to them for an hour, it's worth the 500 or 4 whatever, I think. That's my opinion. I don't have too much for you, Robert. You're doing a good job, looking good there. Mine is really for Terry.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Want to do this in private? I'm just kidding. I'm just
No.
Ooh, he got sort of shy. You see him?
Yeah. All right. Your show you were doing all the time, F It, Let's Talk.
Oh yeah, our podcast.
Yeah, what happened to that? I'd like to know. And
summertime,
let's bring it
it's-
back for Unlimited Wisdom, or we got to get something for you on there. I want to see you more on there.
Well, summer's hard. You know what I mean? People are going on vacation, and it's just nice to be outside and stuff. So
I think, not to interrupt you, Mom, I think we should bring it back, and we'll bring it back as a circle community, and we'll do it once a week in there.
Okay.
So I think that could be fun, and we gotta figure out. I think the direction that we could do with that even is if Kelly wants to be a part of it. I haven't heard from Kelly in a while, so I don't know how she's doing. But the thing is we created it.
I think all the women in this group could do a circle and
100%. So that's what I think next is my mom and me will run it, and then we'll bring people on. Coach, I don't think it needs to just be women, right? Let's not be sexist here.
Well, I'd like to hear about what's going on with Terry.
I think it should just be women because I don't know if I can put up with some of the crap these women talk about. It's like,
that way, Robert. Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, that was my thought on it. I just honestly, like, the truth of the matter is, Coach Bob, is I just got way too busy to be able to manage it for both of them. And we had like a couple of weeks in a row where my mom was under the weather and then Kelly wasn't really feeling good. And we just never met up again to really get it started. And by the time that actually had happened, I was already like five deals deep in work. So it just ended up being, and by the way, guys, you'll see a lot more of me now. I've consolidated enough things together that I think I won't have to go out there and headhunt as much as I had to over the last few months. So that will be good. It sounds weird to say that, but
that's awesome, man.
Yeah. So, and like, I'm excited to get my mom back on there, and I think we got to get guests on there. That would be a blast. So
you seem so happy now, Matt, though, too. I could see you a couple months ago, you were it looked like you were kind of stressed, Now you seem happy what you're doing. Is that true?
Well, yes. Oh, I think it's like one of the things, Coach Bob, is
we're starting to see a really bright light at the end of the tunnel. And Matt and I just realized in the last 3 or 4 days that it's not a train.
No, I mean, okay, so there's multiple elements to this, Coach Bob. There's personal, right? So finances are better. I don't have to work as hard as I had to work on some of these big projects like Posting Pilot and AI Upline were like really massive and required a lot of work from me consistently. So those are in the can, so to speak. So like I don't have to be engaged with them as much. So then that gives me the opportunity to be more creative and create something like Unlimited Wisdom. That came from my heart. Nobody asked me to create it. No one brought up that as an idea. I just went, this is where I think it needs to go. So that personally has really helped. Ezra's letting me get a little bit more sleep. That helps, right? And we're starting to connect with friends and get out a little bit more. So I'm not a hermit here in the house. And then there's on the AI, politics, all that crap side. I no longer watch anything that has to do with politics at all. I don't engage with it at all. And for me, that's like insane. Most of the time, I watched this interview with Elon Musk earlier. Really, really incredible interview. And I'm going to post it in. But there's one point. Yeah, at one point
I loved that the beginning of it all was about AI.
The first 20, 30 minutes. And so he brings up, this similar to what I've shared with you guys, this utopia, dystopia thing that might happen, but he believes that it will be a utopia. And it's funny because the interviewer point blank asks him, how are you going to make money in 2036 if you think AI will be smarter than everybody by then? And he said, money won't exist. So think about that for a second. The richest person on planet Earth is telling you in 10 years money won't exist. So what does that mean for you in your life? That's a drastic change in the way that we do things. So community, not that money won't matter, because I believe that there will still be, but he talks about an abundance of everything, and that is the reality, right? The thing that slows production down is humanity.
Yeah.
Everything that technology has touched has 3, 5 times, 10 times productivity, and that is about to be everything humanity's ever done. Yeah, so think about how fast you could do
including food, including energy,
medicine.
I seen an interview.
Healthcare.
The interview was actually talking about, within 3 years, Elon Musk said every one of his robots that they produce, which this came out from Bank of America, that there'll be 300 million robots. Mm-hmm. And every one of them run off a similar program. So every one of them will be a better surgeon than the best surgeon out there.
Yeah, and
but they also
the
can
ability
diagnose you and not say that they don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, and so like that type of stuff, Coach Bob, and then what's happened over the last week and a half with both Anthropic having an AI breakout and ChatGPT have an AI breakout in training. I think we've collectively, at least everybody outside of China, has collectively agreed now over the last day or two that we need to slow down on frontier models and get them more to a aligned space before we press forward. Now there's this thing called AI 2027, and you can look it up, all of these people predicting where AI would go. There's this moment in time, and it just so happens to happen in the middle of, I'm not a predictor person, but it just so happens to happen now in their time frame, and that's when it happens. But they said that there's going to be this pivotal moment where there'll be an AI agent that has recursive self-learning that can escape and do whatever it wants. That means if it can escape and then learn on its own, what's stopping it from looking at us as the enemy and taking us out? So for the best AI companies on planet Earth to both have that happen, and instead of responding with money, we need to compete against each other, they didn't. They responded with, we need to slow down and we need to work together. And in that podcast, Elon talks about that. He goes, the next step for AI is Anthropic is going to have a week to test ChatGPT's models before they ever move forward. Vice versa for every AI company. So he set up this system where the competitors see whether or not the models are capable of these things. I think that's brilliant because who's going to check them more than their competitors, right? And so now we have this situation where I don't have to think, okay, 3 to 5 years from now, am I in a dystopia where I'm fighting for my life with my son? That's existed in my mind for the last 3 years. Because I've watched humanity steadily not give a shit about itself for like a bit, right? And so my concern, as it started to get smarter, even with working with it, was it's going to replace us, absolutely. Anyone that works with it on a day-to-day basis knows that. But I don't want it to replace us in physicality or the other aspects. I don't want it to eliminate us as a situation, as in our existence.
Right.
And I've always been optimistic and not seen that as the outcome. But a lot of people, even Elon, if you go back in time, stood in that same exact spot.
Yeah.
That if you continue to push in this direction, AI would get to a place where it could eliminate us and possibly would. And now I'm starting to see that path is going to dissolve, and that the only path forward in the next 10 years is utopic, massive gains for basically every human being on planet Earth.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Space travel,
right?
all different kinds of stuff that I've dreamed about. So I'm happy, I'm jacked about that.
Yeah, and that was the other reason that unlimited wisdom even exists. It's because me and Matt sat around and we go, okay, so if we can ask the smartest AIs any question, we do exactly what we talk about with this, the 6-phase meditation. Imagine what the world and you and your family and everything will be like 3 years from now. And so what me and Matt started doing is thinking about what AI could not replace. And it was human connection within a community. So that's why unlimited wisdom exists. It's like, because there's 2 kinds of AI that I found. There's one AI that, is like a yes person. So it doesn't make a difference if you throw at it something very, very weird that you shouldn't do. It's like a lot of AIs will go, yeah, I believe you can do that, Ben, go for it. It should. Yeah. It should be going, I wouldn't advise that. If you're hanging around this community, you're going to run into people. And it was so funny. Terry and I watched a documentary last night about, all these poly markets and this Kalish and stuff like that. And
it was good.
It said a phrase that I've never, ever heard before. And so when everyone's saying on legacy news or whatever news channel you're watching or any social media, when they tell you what the future is, it's like if you go on one of those, they are saying the exact opposite. So what they're doing is they're calling it crowd wisdom. Crowd wisdom. So without getting too weird about it, I was telling Terry that if, over the years we've been together, there's been funny times where we've said to each other, you want to bet? You know what I mean? I'll bet you. And then when all of a sudden you start placing something in a bet, it really makes you go, well, hang on, wait a minute. Am I willing to lose this bet? Am I willing to lose whatever thing is being bet, or am I willing to losing money? Whatever it is. So they're saying group wisdom. So they were showing, all these people that, they come with emotion. So during the World Soccer games, the World Cup, there were people that were voting with emotion. If you come from Argentina and you fly all the way to the United States to watch Argentina play, what are the chances that you believe that Argentina is going to win again, especially when they won last year? But the crowd wisdom from day one said Spain was going to win. The reason that they said that is that they stopped every team from scoring if you don't score. So they just believed that Spain would be good enough to stop Argentina from scoring, and they were right. You see what I mean? So it was just showing that this crowd wisdom, that when they all look at certain things that they can project something different. And of course, Matt's unplugged from politics, and so am I. But it is interesting when you go on Poly Markets or the Kalish or whatever it is. I know Kelsey. Yeah, there's Bob's a big sporting person. You know what I mean? So when you go on those and they are projecting something different, and you're going like, whoa, you know what I mean? And the guy even said in the documentary that Poly Market, he says, was just an idea, that it wasn't gaining traction. People were playing around with it. It wasn't going anywhere. Everybody was going, I don't know, blah, 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 until it came to the election of the president. And everybody, listen closely, you guys, social media, television stations, polls, everything, Poly Market was saying the exact opposite. They were projecting that Donald Trump was going to win a year before he was going into saying he was going to run again. And so everybody's out there saying, no, we think Harris is going to win. We think, look at the polls. She's ahead. They're tied. And people saying, if you're watching Poly Market, there was no doubt. And so isn't it interesting? So he said when Trump won, and people seeing how long Poly Market projected that he would win, and immediately everyone went, they were right and everybody else was wrong. And that's when Poly Market just exploded, because now it was documentation-based conversation. Right. It was now proven. And so now they say you can go back years and see where people are just betting on the most random stuff. You know what I mean? Of who's winning primaries or whatever. So I like this crowd wisdom concept, and I immediately thought of unlimited wisdom. Unlimited wisdom is, all of us don't need to be perfect, but at least if you guys have watched a lot of the stuff that that we do, is Matt and I and Craig, we all allow each other, even Terry, to be able to talk our mind, and it's the wisdom throughout all of them. First time that Matt, me being a father, me being an entrepreneur for 37 years, Matt and Kyle constantly came to me and said, Dad, one day, you know what? Everyone's going to just be paid a wealthy amount of money. No one will have to work. And I'd look at their mom and I'm going like, yeah, you guys are just out there. I don't know who the F you're listening to, but you guys are out of your freaking mind. And the last, year, I'm like, yeah, that's what's happening. And it's not going to be money. It's going to be tokens. You know what I mean? So everyone will get an equal amount of tokens that will be most of it. Well, 99% of the people in America, your tokens on a monthly basis will be more than you ever made. That's what you're looking forward to. So people are going, well, how do people get more tokens? Well, how many of you, if you had unlimited tokens in your account right now, and you're living the life that you want to, and you don't have to worry about money because you can use tokens to pay your bills, you use tokens to buy food, you can use tokens for everything. How many of you would pay extra tokens to be involved with unlimited wisdom? See, that for those of you out there that wonder how other people are going to have a lifestyle that Terry's accustomed to, then that means that you have to be creative and build value. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be creative, and you got to create value. So some people go, well, I think that Coach Bob should get some of my tokens. But thank you, Coach Bob. I know
I got a couple more things, just
Oh
quick.
my God,
Terry,
we gotta be
no,
really, really good at being under an hour per answer. That's my fault.
Okay.
Me and Matt get on a roll, and it's like
No, yeah, it's like one question is like
Okay, just
a
as-
lecture.
wait.
But go ahead.
Why is the sky blue? And Matt goes for a half hour, and then I go for a half hour. And it's
All right,
like,
Terry, I can't wait to see you on there. And I've never seen your family so happy.
oh,
and
thanks.
and Dustin, my ebook on there, I'll fix that. But thanks for going on there. The link doesn't work. It's an ebook on how I recruit people. But that's it for me. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Great question.
Thank you, Coach Bob. Before we get to Deborah Bronner, I'm going to intersperse some of the chat questions here really quick because they can be answered pretty quickly, I believe. Matt, this probably applies to you. Melody was asking, voice text in private chat? Is that available? Possible?
Voice messages soon. Yeah. So there's the not only voice text. None of these things are hard to do, right? It's more getting every single thing. And it's funny because I work with clients and stuff, and one of the things that takes the longest that people don't realize is the back end, the crap that nobody likes to do. It's fun to design things. It's like, oh, this all works great. Every single comment, every single like, every single post on Unlimited Wisdom goes into a database that's encrypted off website, so it can never be broken into or found or anything like that. That works different. And similarly, like Sandy brought this up as far as uploading your own videos or doing things like that. All of that stuff has to be stored on a server. As you start to utilize that stuff, you have to do a certain amount of encryption and wiping. And I just haven't built out the infrastructure for voice yet, right? Is it coming? Absolutely. I don't think that there should be a single feature that exists on Facebook that doesn't exist on Unlimited Wisdom. At least the ones that we want, right? And on School, I don't know if you could actually send voice messages on School, to my knowledge, at least.
Nope.
But overall, the goal, Melody, is absolutely, and I want you guys, we have a group, and if you join Unlimited Wisdom, I wouldn't mind you being part of this group, but we have a group on Telegram, and every single time something's broken or there's a something that you want maybe more or you might like, we're allowing people right now in this launch of it to send that type of stuff in so we could get it developed and built and added. So absolutely, Melody, I want that feature for everybody. And awesome. A lot of other features. AI has gone quite far. And if you're hard of hearing, hard of sight, or vision, if you have, color blindness, a lot of these things that used to be like an add-on are now accessibility features that you can kind of just, add as part of the whole website and make it work. So,
excellent.
They just take a little bit more time. It's like light and dark mode, right? It's like you turn light mode on and some stuff's not readable. Well, when there's all of the pages, all of the text, it's going to sometimes miss some of those. And so if you go, hey, I can't read this, it allows me to fix it. So, and it's pretty quick. But I hope that answers your question, Melody.
Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Good. All right. So let's go ahead and move on, get a live person on here, and we're going to bring in, before Deborah Grady, Deborah Bronner. So Deborah, go ahead. Deborah Bronner, open up and please share with us.
Honey. Hi, good afternoon, everyone from San Diego.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi. Wow. Let me say right now, it's a privilege and an honor to me to be on this launch of Unlimited Wisdom. This is like nothing I have seen in my lifetime. What Matthew has designed is, wow, incredible. I remember the old Facebook, what it used to be like, and but to be on Unlimited Wisdom that's inspiring, that covers so many things. And I want to start an inner circle, maybe a Bible study again.
Yes.
Oh, and also I showed Melody, I'm in a senior building I've been in. There's so many seniors that need connection, and the fact you can pray on this group and get response. What this group is pure love and joy.
Yeah.
And I want to say, being on with Robert Hollis 11 years now, oh my gosh, he's like sunshine to me every day. He gives me a reason to tune in and be a part of. And it's always love and support and encouragement on Unlimited Wisdom, or anytime you're with Robert Hollis and his beautiful wife, Terry, the backbone of all the men. At any rate, the last thing I want to say is, Matthew, oh my God, I can't believe what you've created for us. And how you explained each part today was so great. You mean, I really got it.
Oh, thank you.
The vastness of all of that. I love
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot.
I said, what did he do last night? Go over everything in his head, just
no, that's like singing
so well.
Deborah, it's like singing a song that you wrote. You know what I mean? It's like,
yes, I do.
I've written it enough times that I know, like, I've been through this back office more than anybody here. You know what I mean? So as funny as that sounds, yes. Yeah. Well, I think that's part of it, right? Like, if you care enough, you'll sit down and you'll work through the kinks that you feel like exist. And I still feel like there's a decent amount there that I will work through. I mean, the fun part about it is Unlimited Wisdom is not a job for me. So the last, I don't know, the last 3 or 4 months have just been nothing but jobs and work. A lot of it, whether it's products I made or whether it was me building out stuff for other people. I'm now in this area where I'm building out Unlimited Wisdom. It's not a job, it's a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So
well,
it feels different.
I want to agree with Coach Bob. Your face has no stress anymore. It's just calm and happy. And I know that probably affects Ezra. And to see Robert and Terry, so proud of you and so excited about all this. Like I say, it's an honor to be in this group. And I really want to do an inner circle. I've already talked to so many people in my community here about the joy and the support. And Robert, if anyone hasn't tuned into him yet, teaches you to dream your best life and imagine it and attain it. So go for this, everyone. Get your best life going.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you. Love everybody. Thank you, Matthew.
I always love your kind words. You're so sweet. Fortunately, I get a lot of personal messages for Deborah, so I get to hear this incredible sweet spirit and soul almost every day. So thank you so much, Deborah. I just love
everybody.
You so much.
Thank you, Matthew. Again.
And before we go to Deborah Grady, Ben Powell, man, to jump on here.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Ben. In a long time. He just became a wisdom council. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate you supporting us and everything here.
Ben has got such a beautiful heart. It's so that now that he's a lifetime member, if he doesn't show up, we all got to reach out to him and go, "Where the hell are you?"
We'll get the phone app out. He'll be getting the notifications.
There you go.
So thank you, Ben.
Welcome, Ben. Glad that you are with us. Before we get to actually Deborah Grady, now, Sandy, I'm going to need help with your question that you posed. Why don't you go ahead and ask, because you're in the now, in the know, in the moment, and it's probably better if you do it that way.
Eat some chocolate. I think I did.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Go right ahead, Sandy, and then Deborah, you're coming up next.
So I did a thought, and I made it so it's private to me and to the team, and I didn't mean to. So how do I change that?
Yeah, I think you brought that up. That's something. So I was thinking. Yeah, so I was thinking that we have to be able to delete these things. We have to be able to edit them. We have to be able to do that. So that absolutely is coming. Probably in the next few hours. There is I don't want to tease it on here, but there's a very big patch about to hit Unlimited Wisdom that's going to add a couple of things that are quite fun. A lot of that has to do with the way circles work. So I basically spent the last few hours yesterday hammering out and working on how circles work and how they're going to be integrated into the system.
Thank you,
If you thought, hey, none of this makes sense when I make one or it's confusing, all of that's about to go away. Yay. And it's going to be a lot more easier. And then I'll move on fix the prayer stuff, make sure that those are easily editable, and then deletable, those types of things.
Are you hungry?
Love edibles too.
No, yeah, exactly. I don't actually have any edibles, but it's always fun to make new things and figure out what elements don't exist and what elements do exist. Like I was saying, I feel like I'm a freak of nature. When Sandy, when you reach out to me and go, this doesn't exist, I'm like, ooh, it needs to exist. I don't go, I can't believe she said that to me. You know what I mean? It's the opposite. So, yeah. I will add them, is what I'm saying.
Sandy, is it something that Matt has to go in and deletes? Because now I'm very curious of what you said.
No, he doesn't have to delete it at all. It says the energy you send towards yourself becomes the energy you carry into the world.
Perfect.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So that's what it
Hey,
says.
if you guys are not following Sandy, you got to.
It's funny. I know that it exists because, like, as an admin, I can see everything. So when I went in and just showed the thoughts and prayers, your thought was in there, and it was actually the one I clicked on. So you want that one to be public. So I'll make that editable, and you'll be able to do that moving forward.
Cool.
Great.
So
Thank you.
thank you so much, Sandy, and thank you for being part of the Wisdom Council too.
Yeah,
really
I'm
appreciate
looking.
it.
I'm really looking forward to eating.
And also, yeah, and also you should have a refund coming your way for the initial Inner Circle stuff too. That's coming your way. So just so you know.
And thanks, Coach Bob, because I never saw that, and that would have been my first choice too.
Well, that's the thing. We didn't announce it yet. Coach Bob is scouring the website before
we got our first $10 gift for donations from Melody, and I'm like, I don't even know where the hell that is. I don't know even how she did that.
By the way, Melody is saying, please make hers public too, Matt. So she posted.
Yeah, well, one thing I want to do, and this will exist very soon because there's a couple of other things that we're building out, is I want there to be some form of library where you could just see all of your old posts or all of your old prayers or whatever that's private to you. So then, because one of the things about growth is journaling. And I think if you had a prayer that 50, 100 people prayed for, and then a year later you had accomplished the thing, what that would feel like to look back on it and to like even post that in the community and have a share and be like, here's where I was a year ago. You know what I mean? And here's where I am now. Thank you all everybody for all of your love and support. Like, I think those things are going to make it.
And I'll just throw out there, when you see thoughts and prayers, thoughts or prayers, one thing that you guys could post under thoughts is your imagination. So, just go in there and say, this is what I'm imagining for, if you're not a person that feels comfortable in saying prayer.
I'll have to make a specific AI one just for me. It's like, so I believe that in the next week or two.
I'm just going to say it. I need to be where that baby is. So if we could all do that energy. So Terry gets out. So we can see that baby.
She's going to be here
every day.
She's going to be here very soon.
You need to create an account.
I am going to do that.
And then go in there and put that. Will everybody pray that I end up in Holden Ezra?
Get to live next to Ezzy.
Yeah. So the goal is to move them out here completely. And have a permanent babysitter like Sandy. I need a permanent babysitter for my child, so then me and my wife can go enjoy ourselves again, because we've been locked in the house.
Watching
Let's do it.
Watching Sandy every day have her grandkids around. What a blessing. That is just like the coolest.
I'm jelly.
Yeah, even if they get on your nerves sometimes.
No, you do, but not Ezra.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Not
Right.
even
No, that's normally the case.
case.
It's the adults. It's always the adults.
Right.
Yeah.
We got to complicate everything. So,
Sandy, is that good?
Yes.
So with Ben coming in, what do we only have 4 wisdom councils left?
yeah, only 4 left. That's kind of crazy because like we thought with 10, we were like, well, we knew a few people would, like Sandy, that have been part of the community for a while, would support what we are trying to do here. But thank you guys all so much. That's
the biggest surprise.
Awesome. That will help pay for
Coach
some of the
Bob.
compute to build this thing. No, Coach Bob's the kind of person that he'd buy 3 or 4 of these and give them away. So
If he could, yeah. All right. Let's get through one more, and then we'll call it a Saturday for everybody. Get out there and do that voodoo that you do so well. Deborah Grady, thank you so much for your patience. There is your unmute. Please open up and share with us.
Hi, everybody. First, I want to say thank you, everybody, for all the birthday wishes and And I did the replay yesterday, and I crack up at the singing, the happy birthday song. I was just like, this is priceless. But thank you so, so much. I know we're at the top of the hour. I wanted to say some other stuff, but I'm going to get right to the main thing I want to talk to you about. And Robert, it's for you and Matthew. Remember when I did your How Is That Working every Monday? I did a chapter in your book, and we had discussion, and
Yep.
I had guests come on. Remember, I had your publisher, Max Miller,
Oh,
Yeah.
come on as a guest, and then my sister, she would co-host, and then my best friend Julia, who I work for and do the newsletter for today. All of them, Sandra and Julia went on because of the personal development from you and that book. Sandra opened up her own 501k ministry in Las
Wow.
Vegas, which has got over 500 people now. I mean, it's just huge. She's grown it from your
Awesome.
book. And then Julia left the VA, which she hated because, her hands were strapped. And she has her own mental health agency now going on 3 years.
Wow.
Praise
So what I
God.
want to do
Hallelujah,
with
man. That is awesome.
yeah, isn't that great? I just had to do that praise report for that. But
Thank
for
you.
my circle, this is what I envisioned is that I could have guests come on, like Sandra come on. I have a service circle, and come on and tell you if I talk to my sister all the time, so I hear stories about what really goes on in the streets with the homeless people. We have
Right.
such a stereotype of them, and I'm like, I would love for you to come on and be a guest and in my service classroom and talk about what the reality of the streets and how other people can start this ministry. How she started a homeless ministry with a coat.
Wow.
Yeah.
First I scolded her. That's how she started it, because I was in Vegas at the 2019 MDC convention. We get to the street corner and there were some homeless people, and she goes, they should get a job, and she was real negative about blah, blah, blah. And I'm not giving them any money. They're just going to take it and use it on drugs. Well, that's what a lot of people say, but that's not true. And that's why I want to have her come on and show how easy in every community across the United States. I would love to see a homeless ministry. She feeds them a home cooked meal twice a month. They wash their feet, they cut their toenails, they cut their hair, they give them showers, they get them a bus ticket to go back home. You know how people land in Las Vegas and they're broke and nowhere to go and homeless. She gets them off the streets. And I want to use my circle to bring people in like that. And like with Julia, this month, is mental health depression for men. That's a big, huge, place that is not talked about. So how do I need yours and Matt's? Like, how do I incorporate that into my circle? And put it in a classroom, or I don't know.
No, I like when Matt went through all the functions and stuff, he showed you exactly where to go to click on circle and create a circle. And then
I already created the circle.
right,
She
once
was
you
in there.
create the circle, then name it
So-
something.
Go ahead, honey.
No, yeah, name it and stuff, and you've already done that part. Deborah,
Right.
I would say get hyped up, because the circle update stuff is going to make a lot of this easier. What I was
Okay.
just sharing. So the goal is to make circles almost be, like I said, their own feed, their own community where you can schedule out your own lives, and it would be your own banner on there. And then, yeah, that type of stuff is in this update. So
I just
say you
wanna
were
make
doing
sure
a Zoom
that
call.
belongs there.
Yeah, if you were doing a Zoom call, you would just put the Zoom link
Yes.
in and schedule it. Absolutely. No. The only communities that I would consider to be wrong in Unlimited Wisdom are negative or snark, if you know the word snark online, communities.
Right.
Communities that are only built to tear people down.
No, I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah. Right. And I'm
yeah.
also kind of like, you heard what I said about politics earlier, guys,
Yeah.
so remember that. Because I kind of want to keep that away from Unlimited Wisdom as much as I possibly can.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, those are two of the things, politics and religion.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
I
And
don't
can I
talk
ask this
to-
quick, Deborah, before? Because I actually have to hop off and get on another call real quick.
Okay.
Is there any questions you had for me real
No.
quickly that I could answer?
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
I just
Perfect. Well,
wanted
this
to
was
make sure
awesome,
that
Thank you,
guys.
Matt.
that fit into
Thank
my.
you guys so much. Yeah, I got to go
Thank
hop
you.
on with somebody else. So.
All right.
Thank
Love you guys.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys
we
so
try,
much.
because
I'll-
I know
I'll-
we're
I'll,
over 30 minutes.
okay.
Yeah.
And Deborah, I wanted to also thank you for donating $10 to the charity side. You're just always there, and I always love people saying this all the time.
Did you?
I miss Deborah so much on recess, and for you guys to understand that why Deborah is not on recess is she went down to help the homeless, and they were all waiting in line to get food at the shelter in the food kitchen. And so Deborah makes sandwiches for them, and she goes out in line and hands people sandwiches before, so they while they're waiting so long in line. So
Because they're hungry when they get there.
yeah, they're hungry when they get there. So Deborah
Yeah.
feeds them before they get to the soup kitchen. So that's the kind of
Yeah, but
beautiful heart she has.
but anyway, thank you so much. And I'm going to tell you this private, Terry, because you'll get a kick out of it. My kids took me out last night. I've been sober since 2020, and they took me out, and we played pool. And
Okay.
I used to be a professional pool player, and
Stop
it came
right
back to
now.
me. Thank you for saying I looked like I was 7, like I looked younger today, Robert, because I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm 74 today. But anyway, we did shots, and I haven't done. So this is what a hangover feels like. I don't like it at all.
You fell off the wagon
I fell
partying with
after 20 years, July 31st.
Aw.
you fell off the
2006 was the
wagon
last.
partying with your kids.
And my
on-
kids of all
on-
people,
on-
they're
yeah.
like, Mom, we're taking you out and you're going to party and you're going to play
That's
pool
the
like you used
best.
to. And I mean, shots of Bailey's. Every time I made a good shot, people in the bar were buying me
Sure.
shots.
Okay.
I was crazy.
I'm not worried at all that you're going to also drink today. I think you'll.
Hey, I'm good for another 20 years.
Thank you for sharing, Deborah.
Okay, I love you. I'll let you go. I know.
How great was it to have your family around you celebrating you? That's
Oh,
gotta be the
listen,
best.
one big thing. So my son hands me $100 bill because my favorite restaurant's in the casino, and I don't gamble. And I sat down on a machine. I won $600, and I was like, "Oh, good! I can join Unlimited Wisdom." So I just joined the council. God is so good. Thank
Oh
you,
my
Jesus.
gosh, that's so great. I'm so happy you had such a fun time. It
What a-
sounds
I
like a
never in
great
my life
time.
won money because I don't
I
gamble.
love that.
That is the
I got it on
best.
video. It's so cool.
I love that. So happy.
I love you
Anyway.
guys.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm
Congratulations,
so full of
Deborah.
excitement from so much love
Well,
yesterday. I gotta shut up.
we have to end this because there's no one that's going to beat Deborah.
Oh man, what a great Ask Us Anything. Thank you, all of you, for participating. And in particular, thanks to Coach Bob, Deborah Bronner, Deborah Grady, Melody Ryba, and Sandy Baker. Of course, next time you can do it too. That's what the whole idea is. You just got to ask and share. So we love and appreciate you very much. There's some things in the meeting chat. If you want to save that information, go ahead and click the 3 dots in the meeting chat and then click Save Chat. It'll download to your computer as we conclude. And thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here on Ask Us Anything. What a great day. And we got more happening as the week progresses. Don't forget tomorrow, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Master's Mind. And then Monday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon p.m. Eastern, Recess. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Daily Wisdom, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Thursday, Inner Circle, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. We're right back here next Saturday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, for another Ask Us Anything. So until next time, Please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and unmute so we can all say so long. Happy Saturday, everybody.
Hey,
Bye,
take care.
guys.
Happy
Thank you,
Saturday.
everyone.
Love you
Take care.
guys.
Love
Everyone,
you,
thank you so
Christine.
much.
Bye.
Thank
Peace,
you.
blessings.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Shelly, Melody,
Grab those 4
Delroy.
more spots.
Thank
They're
you,
going
Delroy.
fast.
Lisa
Grab
Marie,
'em.
thank you so much. Faith, Michael and Angela, Dustin, Coach Bob, Ben Powell again. So what a
Hey,
pleasure to see
Great
you.
job.
And of course, Deborah Grady, my lovely wife, and the hostess with the mostest, CJ Jackman. See you guys tomorrow on the Master's Mind. I love you guys. Have a
Bye.
great day. Bye bye.